like I said, I'll get that seam sealer on, probably start taking that brake assembly apart. Then this afternoon, we'll probably jump back on some grinding, the rear floor pan section. Yay. So terrible. Or, I don't know. I'm instead of doing it all at once, I'm kind of biting it off sections at a time because I really don't like doing it. It's the worst. And I look like Zoolander when he went in the coal mine for a day, you know, getting the black lung. So anyway, let me get started on that. Go to work, quit talking. Did I mention that I hate grinding inside cars? It's the worst thing ever. Oh shit. Didn't even know this. But ordered this sexy ball peen hammer, 48 ounce. And this, I mean, I'm sure eventually I will hit something with it. But if you watch Vintage Thunderbird, for the top shock tower mounts, which I don't have, but anyway, there is a it's not a ball joint, I guess it's a bushing that has to get pressed in place, and you set that in the little fingers that get folded over. Put this in your press that down, and this ball actually rolls them and compresses them rather than tapping them in place. This does a better job. Yeah, go to Vintage Thunderbird and watch that video. I'm sure when I get to that I will video it, but he knows much more about all this shit than I do. But anyway, that's what this is for, down the line. I just like buying tools that I'm not going to need for a few months. I just saw that sticker and I was like, that's nice. Didn't even know. You know I didn't buy this on TV. Just saying. We are, I am, ain't no we here, but I am going to remove these bushing grommets, whatever they are, from the top shock plate on the front shock. This sits on top of the shock tower. Going to remove these little ears. You see they're bent over. This may be factory, but I got the other ones out so easily and they don't feel like they're really pressed. There's a little gap beneath them. But I'm going to put them in the vise here and just show you what I did to get them out. One of them you can see is already broke. I didn't do that. That's the way it was. So, you know, these things probably needed to be changed for sure. Out. That's all there is to it. If you did have a factory one that was in tighter, you could probably cut the ears off. Grinding wheel might be too big. Dremel tool with a little cutting disc on it would probably cut them off. But yeah, you can get a screwdriver, a little chisel or something under them, and just wedge them up. And then once they're up, then just knock it out. There's nothing to it. When we get my press together and get these cleaned up, I'm throwing them in the Evapor Rust, clean them up, get them painted, primed and painted, and then we'll show you how to put these back in. Or you can watch Vintage Thunderbird, watch old Nick Pepe do it, because I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing he does. But you know, for my 19 viewers that want to watch everything on my channel, I'm going to go ahead and do it. While I'm waiting on batteries to charge, I've been trying to tear down control arms. Stuck on this ball joint, I have put together a 20-ton press to press it out. The problem I'm having is I'm pretty sure this metal right here is part of the ball joint. This, of course, is the control arm. There's not enough space to set this down where you can press against it. So I have a ball joint removal tool, which I used this one, and I actually did get it going and had a bind on it, but it was not budging. I didn't put the impact on it yet, but I know I have seen guys have to heat this up. I don't have any means of heating right now. I went and bought this. You know, it says, hey, propane torch hooks up to your propane bottle. Well, I've got like 4 propane bottles that are, you know, the big white ones that you use for cooking. Of course, that's not the connection for that. I'm thinking they're talking, you know, it comes with a little base for a like camp stove propane bottles. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna get this heated up. I'm gonna try the ball joint removal tool first. And if I can't get that to work with heat, then I will probably, what my plan was to cut this metal lip off about a 1/4 inch back, the cutting wheel, and be careful not to cut my control arm, peel that back, and then it'll give me enough room to get some support underneath this edge so that I can use my hydraulic press. Pride Uncle gave up with what I had to work with to get this out, and I thought, you know, like, and it probably would have worked. Get a torch, actual cutting torch, get it close to red hot, if not red hot, you know, and then press it out. Well, so I went to my Uncle Randy's, and he's an old metal fab. That's what he did for a living. He has a shop, still has a shop, but he's retired now. And the shop it's like a ghost town. It's kind of weird going in there now. Anyway, it's a huge building. But he's got his car shop also. He works on old cars. It's kind of his retirement now, you know, just working on old cars. He enjoys it. So I bring them to him. He's like, yeah, bring them over. We'll get them out. So he has this old anvil that was like, I guess my great-grandpa's, maybe my great-great-grandpa's. It's from the 1800s originally, or early 1900s. And it's 300 pounds. He tells me to pull that out. I pull it out. And he gets a piece of pipe. Not this piece. It was actually a thinner wall than that. But anyway, it's a piece of pipe, a fixture, as I guess it's called, for a pressing. So we set the pipe there, put the ball joint in the pipe, so the stud of the bolt was looking up at us right there like it was. And he essentially just took a metal rod, which I don't have one, you know, a little bigger than that actually. There's probably 3/4 of an inch piece of round steel, basically is what it was. 12-pound hammer on a short handle. You know, it wasn't like a full length sledgehammer, but a short handle ball with, I'm pretty sure it was a 12-pound head. It was heavy. Yeah, you just, no heat, just beat it out. And you know, and I knew, like, if I had something like this to help me get it stable, that I could have pressed it out, but I just could not get this arm in my press to where, you know, it would stay centered and nice and neat. So to put these back in, the new ones, I'm probably going to have to press them. So we went and found a piece of pipe that actually fits right on there, and it's 2.5 inch ID, so it's like a 3-inch pipe, 1/4 inch wall, and it fits well, cut a little short, but that's all right. It fits perfect on there. It goes around the boot, so it's not pressing on the boot, and I'll be able to press these in no problem. Every time I grind, I wake up every morning, a little sore throat, got some phlegm, black boogers, you know, of course, as expected. Probably not healthy for me, I would think. Trouble I have wearing glasses when I'm out here, and I could put my contacts in, but that's a whole nother problem that creates. But you know, I wear these masks and these masks. My glasses fog up. Put the face shield on, and they really fog up, and the face shield fogs up. Those masks, it's just, I mean, remember when COVID was around Like every kind of mask I wore, my glasses were always fogged up. Well, I had bought this a while back and never used it, but it's got this built-in nose guard, and that thing seals really well, and my glasses do not fog up, and it's not, I can actually breathe pretty easily through it. To me, it's really not any more restrictive than just wearing one of those N95 masks. So yeah, it's cleaning up. This is not perfect. I got a lot of vacuuming cleaning. I think I'm stopped here for the night. It's the only surprise spot I had was right where is it? Right down in there. There's a little rust hole. I don't know if I'll patch over and seam seal it or just try to fill up the seam sealer, look underneath and see what it looks like. You know, it's just where the tunnel comes together in 3 pieces. There's a shit ton of seam sealer here. There's a lot of moisture getting in this back seat area. Think I'm gonna have a lot of that solved. Kind of what I'm thinking is rust treatment, clean it, of course, real good. Vacuum it, degrease maybe some stuff, and put a coat of primer on it. And then I think with everything in here, at least from roof down, I mean the roof's already covered, so it's too late for that. But I think everything in here, I have some Pour 15. I might buy the Eastman. I think the Pour 15 is good enough. I mean, it's really good. I saw some videos, a guy, you know, don't buy a Pour 15, but it still did well. It just didn't do as well as some other product. I don't remember the name of it. But I have the Pour 15, so I might as well use it, right? That's the plan. I got some cleaning to do before I call it a night. Get the vacuum in here, try to wipe this down, and if I feel like it's clean enough, I'll go ahead and start some rust treatment tonight. Have it ready, put a coat of primer at least up to here, and then I'll finish grinding here, just this rear floor pan area. That's not much. And tomorrow finish getting you know, these few things off the firewall and clean up the firewall. Before I get to cleaning and grinding on this firewall, I do have a few things I need to do. You can see my fuse box. It's got grind dust and some broken fuses, and it just needs to come off. And this wiring harness goes to it. It also plugs in there to the firewall. I'm gonna go ahead and get all that disconnected, including these wires. Get all this off. I need to get this little guy off. Rusted pretty bad up under here. I need to get all that clean and primed really well. And of course, I still have some of the insulation stuck, and I'll probably go ahead and pull, I guess I'll pull that emergency brake and pull that vent there. So yeah, I got a little bit of stuff to pull off of here still. Nothing big. Yeah, before I get to grinding, and I will one day get on all this and have this interior finished. But yeah, still lots of work to do. But let me get started. It looks like something out of a cyberpunk horror film, but that's it. The wiring harness, main wiring harness across the front firewall, fuse box, goes to both doors. I don't know, it runs a lot of shit. So, I mean, definitely got some work to do here. The whole electrical system. I did look at like new wiring harnesses and what I could find. I think we're on older cars, and it was pricey. So if I got to run every single wire myself, and not reuse any of this, that's what I will do. Yep, got this, whatever this is. I think it's like a fresh air intake, although I don't know exactly where the fresh air comes from, because like under here, under the cowl where it goes, there's another piece of metal above it. I don't know, I'll get that cowl off again. I just had it sitting there, kind of look around. It's just curious. I am videoing delaying work again because I'm about to do my favorite thing, grinding in the car. And this part's even better because it has insulation, fiberglass stuck to it. I've heard that some of this black stuff, sound deadening here, had asbestos in it. That's good. And I don't know if that's true. I just heard that. But it's like safe because it's all encapsulated in that tar stuff. And I think I had a piece of it. Must have thrown it away. But anyway, that's, I saw that on one video. I don't know. We're gonna say it's not asbestos and just carry on. I know the fiberglass, that's just fiberglass. I'm particularly talking about this black, I think it was sound deadening material. It all comes up by hand other than the, you know, sticky residue left on the tunnel, which I am going to try degreaser, some general purpose adhesive cleaner. So I'm definitely going to use that on the door. There's a lot of sticky shit all over the door. And I'm going to try it out too. It's just going to sit right there until I get ready for it. Let me get started on this. I'm almost thinking next time I video, I'm going to have some Ford 15 somewhere inside this car. Maybe. I kind of don't want to do the Ford 15 until I have it all seam sealed. To me, it just, I know it says the seam sealer, you can go over primer. That's not really a primer. I go back and forth, you know, like the 415 or any kind of encapsulator. Seems like, you know, where I have like rust around the wheel wells, and it seems like you kind of want to get it directly to that metal. I mean, that's what the seam sealer is for also. And it's done a pretty good job over the last 50 years, or however long it's been. It did a pretty good job, I would say. I had to scrub on it a little with the rag, and there is still a little residual, but I just wanted to see how it did. It was mainly getting this clean, and it did do a good job. I need to get a little more right there, but I mean, it got most of that up, and that is some sticky, nasty crap, whatever it is. You know, it's more fun than watching paint dries, watching someone paint on YouTube. There's where I say all right every time I hit record. I guess I can edit it out. But this is what half a quart of Ford 15 covered for me. And I only went half a quart because I do want to get 2 coats on, because it does say light coats. So, you know, I figured I could have just run 1 quart as far as it would go, only 1 coat. But in my mind, it would be better to go ahead and get the 2 coats on the part. So I stopped. I have half a can left. I'll get the second coat on at 2 hours. So around 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'll put that on. And when all that dries, I'll come in here with just a can of primer, spray paint, and kind of hit the bare metal parts, which really isn't a lot. And it's kind of good. That rust converter I used last night, don't really like the results of it on the firewall. So it'll give me a chance to try a different rust converter, something a little better. I think the one I've had the best luck with, I've tried several different kinds, is the actual Loctite brand rust converter. That's what I used in the back seat, and it seemed like everything rusty turned black. This, I'm gonna try this. I have it. It's just some stuff got at Walmart. I think I got the Loctite at O'Reilly's, I believe. Is it Permatex? Is that the name of it? I'll look it up because I bought it on Amazon before as well, based off a YouTuber that was using it, you know, and he didn't say it was good or bad or anything. He just said that's what he was using. I believe because it was cheaper than some of the others, but it was still a name brand. I mean, I guess it did its job, but there's, to me, I can't even say that. That's a lot of rust. Still a lot of rust showing. So I'll post the brand of it, and I'm going to try this Rust-Oleum and see how it does. If that doesn't do a good job, I'll probably be sticking with the Loctite in the future. Well, so real quick, this is not the same as the rust converters I've been using. This actually paints it black, so of course the rust is going to be black. So I'm not going to finish using this here, but yeah, so this is junk. I mean, how do you know if it is converted to rust or not? I don't know. Maybe it's probably fine, you know, probably, but yeah, that's not what I want. I think I'm gonna run to town soon and look for some Loctite. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just down here admiring my work. Get my wife to come out later and look at it and tell me it looks like shit. That's what she likes to do. I was so impressed with the interior yesterday. Let me show you that. And she was like, why is it all nappy? Like, woman, go back inside. Yeah, so, you know, I was just admiring this. I was like, God, it looks so fucking awesome. Of course, you know, that's not quite as awesome. It looks pretty good though, with some paint on it, you know. But I was really impressed with this. Just the look of the Pour 15, it just looks like everything is sealed tight. Of course, she didn't like my seam sealer job, which, I mean, yeah, I guess there is some to be desired there. I didn't really see the need making it look like a work of art. I guess I could have done a little better job, but it is all in there, very, 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 very thick. I like the way it looks. I think it looks badass, but she had a different opinion. Kind of burst my bubble, you know what I mean?